I've gotten a little further on the old F100. I took the engine out. I don't know where I left you guys off at, but there's just too much possibility for me to put it all back together and just smoke and possibly suck up sludge and just blow itself up anyways. So I took it out. I've took the heads off. I've got a new valve. I've got those in, got them lapped. They look okay. I've got new valve stem seals in them for what it's worth. I'm just going to try and spruce this one up, throw it in, and see if it runs okay. I've got another one I bought off Marketplace for $100 that looks better than this one, but it's still going to need freshening up. The guy said it did. He said it's tired. And I said, well, what does that mean? He said, probably new rings, new bearings, at the very least. It runs, but it's tired. So that was fair enough. So I have that. I have the original one. I have that one. I have a roller engine in my 81 Mustang. It's an 86 with the bad heads. But for a pickup truck, it's going to be fine. It'll be a really good, it's been a good running engine in the 81, the Mustang. It's just not going to be powerful. It's got, I think, a B303 cam and roller rockers on it, but they don't do anything for it really. Make it sound good when it's idling. Anyways, that engine would be really good for this truck, except it doesn't have the little pad with a tapped hole for the clutch ball. I bought an adapter for that. I don't know how well they work. I would assume that's pretty simple. It comes off the bell housing and has a little drilled and tapped hole. That's where it goes. I haven't really mocked it up, but that kind of cures that problem. And the engine in the 81 already has the front cover to run with a mechanical pump, which is what I'd want to do in the truck. So what I was thinking is eventually, maybe, swap the 81 engine into the truck, swap. I haven't said much about the Zephyr engine, if any at all, but the Zephyr is basically just it was a freshened up, still stock pistons. They put new rings in it, new bearings, freshened it up, machine shop back in 2007-ish, something like that. And it never ran. It's got a blower cam in it. I don't even know what the specs are on that. Probably more than it needs. I could go through those. Anyways, it's nothing too wild. Honestly, if I was going to do anything, I'd pull the cam out. It's got GT40P heads that have been redone, but they've been sitting forever. They should be fine. 81 Mustang engine in the truck. Zephyr engine in the 81 with a few tweaks possibly. And then the 331, which I don't know if I've talked about much, doesn't have any heads on it now and needs trick flow heads because that's what the pistons are, which is fresh short block, very fresh. Still had assembly lube on it when I took it out. Guy said he put about 10 miles on it, and I agree. I believe him. He put 10 miles on it with the wrong harmonic balancer and flywheel. It's a 28-ounce balance engine, and he did 50-ounce balance. I don't think he heard anything, but I saw a little scuffage on the bearings. I wouldn't mind having that checked out a little bit. The Zephyr isn't going anywhere anytime soon, but I would like it to be somewhat respectable when it gets put back together. And if that's to happen, I want that to happen all at the same time. I want to be prepared, and I want to go boom, boom, boom. I want every engine in every car within, longest possible a month. The biggest hurdle there would be getting the trick flow heads to put on that 331, because that's pretty big expense. But goals are goals, So I think right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to freshen up this engine, new bearings, new rings, a slight hone job, and that's about it. Put it back together, reseal it, clean it. My gosh, look at this thing. Clean it, repaint it. Trying to decide if I was going to pull the engine or if I was just going to run it like it was. Well, I pulled the engine because I was worried about what was in the pan. I suck up sludge, lose oil pressure, blow up the motor. So here's what I found whenever I took off the pan. I think it was justified. I haven't even put a finger in it or anything. I was waiting to do this. Looks like something was right there. Well, I found a chunk of something. It ended up being a piece of cast aluminum. Well, there's the thermostat housing, and there's the brake, and it looks pretty familiar. I'd say mystery solved. Good enough. At least it ain't a piston or piece of the cylinder wall or anything like that. Didn't even notice that thing going down there. Got a new one anyways. Rock Auto for the win. Oh my God, that's worse than I thought. That's almost a quarter, maybe more, inch of sludge in there. That's mud. Now granted, some of that probably came out of the lifter valley from me cleaning it and spraying all the stuff down there. But I can't get the depth of it really. I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't know it was going to be that bad even. So I think I did the right thing, you know, at the very least. This is another impulse buy I had. Boy, was it something to see me getting this on here and then getting it through that doorway. It was a disaster. Yeah, this is getting pressure washed, obviously, and probably a little more. There's a lot of rust on this thing. I honestly didn't look at it close, but I wanted it. I just thought it was cool, and I wanted another truck. Very rusty on where all these trucks rust. But, yeah. So anyways, that's that. Hopefully, get this engine together, get it in there, and it ain't a total turd. If it is a total turd, I've got options. And this ain't gonna be my daily, so it ain't gonna be a big deal fixing it if it doesn't do exactly what I want to do for the first time. So, anyways, like, subscribe, all that stuff. See you guys. Till next time.